Ha! Hey everyone, Hassan here. Welcome to the world of Ha. Today I have another Power Rangers review for you. I am back from Power Morphicon, and with me I have the Power Morphicon exclusive Legacy Lord Drakkon figure, along with the throne. So I have both pieces right here, which I'm very excited about, to an extent. I've heard some things about the figure in terms of the looseness of some of the joints, which is not so great, but in terms of the look, I think it seems like it looks pretty cool. So we'll check it out. But this is the last exclusive figure that Bandai America is making. There are a couple of Legacy figures that have not released, but this is the last exclusive. So let's just kind of jump right to it. So here's the packaging for the Legacy Collection Lord Drakkon. It's kind of similar to the exclusive Comic-Con figures for Psycho Green and Psycho Silver in terms of like that really nice little slip cover, you know, right over the box basically. So this one has got the Power Morphicon logo right there, and the 25th anniversary logo as well. Now there is a new 25th anniversary logo that Hasbro is using, but that's separate. This is still the Bandai America stuff. So really cool image of Lord Drakkon from the comics right here. And if you're watching this and you're a Power Rangers fan and you're like, who's Lord Drakkon? I've never seen him on the TV show. First of all, what are you doing with your life? Second of all, go read the comics. They are fantastic. Lord Drakkon is from the comics. So, yeah, really cool there. And if you don't know who he is, there's this cool image of the toy right there, but there's the story. So you can pause the video and read that right there. But super, super cool to get these comic exclusive figures. Definitely awesome. So this thing actually slides open, and you get the actual packaging inside right here. And here he is, Lord Drakkon Legacy Collection. Now this figure just looks fantastic. I'm excited to open it up and take a look at it up close, but I can already tell it looks very shiny, really nice. I love that Lord Drakkon image right there in the lightning bolt. Like, that just looks super, super cool. Really, really nicely done. Yeah, very, very excited about that. And there's the back of the box that shows you the figure right there, which is super, super cool. So I'm really, really loving this figure right here. So that's the actual package for the main figure. And then right here I have the throne. So before I open up the Drakkon, I just want to show you the box for the throne right here, which has got this really, really cool artwork. So this was another Power Morphicon exclusive right here, and there are only 500 of this one, so I got number 119 out of 500. So we'll open this up shortly, but I just wanted to kind of show you the package. So I'm going to do a bit of an unboxing and a review combined. So this is going to be my opening of this, because this figure, you know, the exclusives are just kind of neat, and I want to give my first impressions. And then, you know, I've kind of actually already seen the figure in person, to be honest. I just kind of want to get my impressions as I open it myself. But when I was at Power Morphicon, you know, my buddy Brian, Collector Shuki, had opened his, so I saw his figure. So I got an initial impression of what it already looked like. But here it is right here. So you got the little piece where the Dragon Dagger or Saba can go inside of right there. And then, you know, accordingly, you have the actual weapons right here. So here is the Dragon Dagger with a decent bit of paint as well. I think I have... Do I have one of the Dragon Daggers right here? I don't know where it is. I can't readily find one of the Dragon Daggers, I don't think. No, I might have to dig through my stuff to see if I can find one. I wanted to kind of compare a little bit. But here's Saba. And Saba looks pretty sweet, as you can see. Nice shiny gold that they used. Now, I do actually have Saba right here. So here's the White Ranger figure. And so this also used a different shade of gold. So it's a different shade of gold here as well. Otherwise, like in terms of the top part, the paint is the same. It's just a different shade of gold. And there's also the translucent one that was like a Comic-Con exclusive. And this also used a different shade of gold as well. So yeah, so this is kind of nice. I actually kind of like this gold. It's a bit more brighter, you know? So I think that actually kind of looks nice. So let's get this figure out of here and take a look. All right. So here we have Lord Drakkon. And my initial impression is this figure looks awesome. Like, that is really, really cool. Let's take an up-close look. Look at that beauty right there. Just the nice, shiny, bright gold that they use, along with the red, silver, everything just pops. The helmet is really, really cool. I always thought the design was really neat, but it looks great as a toy. I mean, look at that green. Ah, that like darker metallic green just looks so nice. And I like the consistency. They use the same shade of gold all the way throughout the figure, you know? Really, really nice. There's the Morpher as well, which has got that slightly different design to it. It's kind of like the Dragon Dagger, or not the Dragon Dagger, but like the Dragon Coin, but sort of broken a little bit. Really, really interesting. Yeah. And there's the bottom. So the figure looks great. Now here's the problem with it. Okay, you ready for this? Look at that. He's wobbling. He's doing the Drakkon dance. Do the Drakkon. Da 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 da. Do the Drakkon. Yeah, it wobbles. So, you know, you have him posing and then all of a sudden he flips back or will flip forward, or like, you know, you kind of have to be very careful with it, otherwise it gets a little loose. Now, my figure doesn't seem, well, yeah, it is a little wobbly. I mean, it's not, yeah, it's okay if you're like just having him stand still, sort of in one sort of pose. But it does wobble. So if you're trying to like play around with it or something, like that's kind of annoying. Like that's just, you don't want this wobble. Like I don't know why that's all. It's so loose. And this is a very like this is happening on pretty much everyone's Drakkon figure. So keep that in mind. So let's actually take a look at the articulation. Aside from the wobble, the head does rotate all the way around and up and down as well. The arms are just hindered by the shield right there, but otherwise they can move up and down. This piece right here does turn all the way around. Double joint right here as well. Okay, and then the hand does rotate also. Then, you know, I mentioned this piece right here, which is not super tight. I mean, you know, you take some of the other figures right here, like this one. I mean, it does wobble a bit as well, but I feel like it just seems more pronounced on the, like this one here that I have is not so bad. Like this doesn't really wobble, you see? This one, like, you kind of have to like, really, like I do this, but the top part does not fall. This entire, you know, like, you see that doesn't move. But if I take the Drakkon, right? Yeah, it fell over very easily. So some of the figures are better than others with it. So it is something that has happened with the Legacy line before. Now the legs go, you know, far apart. The rest is pretty standard, as you can see. Double joint right here. This part does not rotate, but you know the foot moves up and down and rotates. Pretty standard for the Legacy line. And then of course you do have the holster right here, where you can then put the Dragon Dagger or Saba or whatever you want him to have. Now you can make him accurate to the comics, spoiler alert, by chopping off Saba's head if you would like. So that's another thing you can do. I'm not going to do that, but that's one thing you can do. And again, I like the consistency with the shiny bright gold all the way across, including on Saba. That is very much appreciated. But yeah, I mean, you just see this, and like, this is a cool looking figure, you know? Like, I think that definitely has a nice look to it. So, pretty sweet. Now, we're going to move that aside because I have the Drakkon throne as well, right? So, let's take a look at the throne here. And I think this opens up. Now, these thrones, there's 500 of them. They're hand crafted and hand painted, I believe. So every throne might be slightly different, something like that. I have not actually seen the throne in person, so this I am kind of excited to see. All right, so we got this here, and oh man, okay, Wow, that actually looks really nice. Okay, so this has got a nice, this is a hard material. Really, really nice hard material. I don't know how to really truly convey that, but it's like a, I mean, down here is nice and soft, but very rough around the edges, but I mean, it's kind of smooth, like it's not hurting my hand. It's smooth here, but like the texture is nice and rough and detailed. And the paint, I mean, really, really cool. Just kind of the effect, is sort of that silvery shine a little bit over it, but yeah, that looks really neat actually. Especially because I want to have them displayed on here, you know? So, on display, I don't know, I guess I'll just have him sit like this. He'll just have his dragon dagger sitting right there. Does he have the dragon dagger with him in the comics? I don't even remember, but regardless, so you can just kind of have him sitting there. I'm going to have his hands out like that. And you can just kind of have him sitting in there just like that. Sort of. Trying to get him to just have his hands sort of like he's just relaxed. Oh yeah, there we go. Look at that. That's actually pretty cool. Let me just kind of turn it a little bit. I'm trying to get his hand is like popping up a little. Yeah. Go. Stay. Something like that. That's really cool looking. He's kind of like slouched down and like, you know, I just imagine, you remember like the throne that Lord Zed had in the TV show and it would like turn around like that? I just imagine that and Drakkon's there like chilling. This is really cool to have on display like that. I love that. I'm actually very happy I picked up the throne because, especially with the loose joint and stuff, I like having him displayed sitting like this so I don't have to worry about that, you know? Now, it was pricey. I don't remember the exact amount, but I think the throne was just as expensive as the figure, if not more so, actually. I think it might have been more expensive. So definitely, you have to really want to have it displayed like this to make it worth it, you know? It's not for everyone. And this was a Power Morphicon exclusive, so Power Morphicon is gone, both of these figures. You're going to have to track this stuff down on eBay, and it's not going to be cheap, so keep that in mind. Real quick, I do want to just bring in the green and white Rangers right here next to him so you can really see, you know, where he got the sort of design inspiration from. So I do love Lord Drakkon's design and this whole combination of different characters, which is really, really cool. So, and out of these, I love the gold that they use for Drakkon versus the ones on here, this kind of like more dull sort of gold. They do have their shine to it. Like these aren't bad necessarily, but that looks pretty cool to me. I definitely like that. So that's it, guys. This is the Legacy Collection Lord Drakkon figure. So the figure itself, it depends. I think if you're going to have the figure for display purposes as a collector, I still absolutely recommend the figure. You know, for kids and stuff that will play around with it, I mean, the loose joints are just kind of annoying, but this is an exclusive figure, so there's really no other way to get it, and I love the character, so I think you should support it, and I think it's really, really neat. So I personally recommend the figure. That being said, the throne is really going to be for the die-hard collectors that really want to have it displayed like this. I think if you can invest it in it, then I think this looks awesome. But if not, you still have a great-looking figure by itself. Aside from the issues with the loose joints, the figure itself looks great, the paint is great, so that is definitely worth it. I like the throne, but not everybody will, so keep that in mind. But that's it, guys. So I do have lots of other Power Rangers reviews on the way, which I'm very excited about, so stay tuned for that. And I have some Power Morphicon videos, my vlogs and stuff on the way as well, which I can't wait to share. So stay tuned for all of that coverage. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you later. Hope you enjoyed this review of the Legacy Collection Lord Drakkon figure, the Power Morphicon exclusive. One other thing that I wonder, now obviously Bandai America is done, but Hasbro, you know, when it comes to their Lightning collection, which the preview that they showed of the White Ranger looked amazing. I hope we get a Lord Drakkon figure, and I hope we get Lord Drakkon Evos 1, 2, and 3, like the power-up forms of Lord Drakkon, because I think all of the forms of Lord Drakkon look really cool, and it would be great to have all 4 forms. I think that would be awesome, because right now we just have the base form, which honestly might be my favorite version of it though. I kind of like to find the Evo 3 though, but this one actually is amazing. So regardless though, I want figures of the other ones. I don't know, what do you guys think? Would you like to see other figures of this as well? The Lightning collection looks fantastic, and I can't wait for that from Hasbro. Lots and lots of cool stuff on the way. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you later.